Hi, Jeff Cote with Pacific Yacht Systems. Here we are at the 2019 Vancouver International Boat Show. And what we're doing before the boat show kicks off, here we are showing through the booth. And I'm going to walk you a little bit through the booth and what are sort of the products that we're exhibiting this year at our boat show. Here we've got some Firefly batteries. We're really excited about that. We sell quite a lot of these batteries, and we find that it's a really, really good solution for boaters that want to have a deep discharge of the batteries and high number of cycles. And we're comparing them compared to AGM and flooded lead acid batteries. Sort of showing what's the value of batteries and how many Fireflies will do what 6 flooded lead acid Group 31 batteries are going to do. I'm going to walk you through a little bit. We've got an L15 Plus Firefly battery over here. This is a 4-volt battery. It can either be 2 volt or 4 volt. And 4 volt, it's 450 amp hours. And 2 volt, it's 900 amp hours. We're installing lots of those in either sets of 3s or 6 to make a 12 volt battery bank. A lot of capacity, 4,700 cycles, which is crazy at 50% depth of discharge. So an absolutely amazing battery. This year, we've done over 150 Garmin installations last year. And what we're trying to showcase here is the breadth of selection and chart plotters from Garmin. You know, you can make a decision with Garmin and say, I'm going to go Garmin, and that's maybe one part of the decision, but then figuring out what display do you want within the Garmin family. Garmin has about 6, 7 different types of displays, each with their own features. We're going to be doing a 1-hour presentation about that at the Vancouver Boat Show, and you're going to find that on YouTube. So we're going to go in depth in every single display and all the choices that you have. Radar, AIS, VHF, autopilots. There's a lot within the Garmin family that makes sense for every boater. We've got a Phantom radar up here. Really popular radar, big fan. That's an 18-inch radome, instant on. You've got echo trails, Doppler radar. It's really, really good. Great value. Walking over here, what we've got, we're displaying even the bigger displays. Here we've got a 22-inch display and a 17-inch display side by side. These are displays that we'll put into bigger boats, but sometimes some owners are going to want to have this sort of large display on even a Grady White. Instead of having 2 displays, we're going to start seeing that as a one single big display on the boat. Really pretty much very impressive, obviously. It's got a wow factor. We've got boats where we're actually doing on the large boats, 80-footers, 70-footers. We're going 3 of those side by side. Really spruces the boats up. After this, we're showcasing a little bit here, the handiwork that here at PYS we do, which is making things not only look good, but make them safe. So here's sort of the handiwork that we would do for DC distribution on a boat. We've got MPPT controllers. We've got this popular battery isolator that I write a lot about on our website, how much we love that. We've got a battery charger, 60 amp battery charger, and some Fusion radio, some instruments. Here we've got we're doing this right now. We're putting a lot of wind instruments even on powerboats, you know, especially powerboats. You're thinking about powerboats, lots of windage, right? And when you're anchoring or docking, you've got to take that in consideration. It's going to affect how easy or hard it is going to be to dock your boat, especially when you have a side wind. So we're actually putting wind instruments on powerboats as a way, especially, you know, maybe owners that were past sailors and appreciate how wind can make their life difficult or easy. So we're actually installing a GMI 20s with G-Winds, G-Wind 2s. Over here, come on over here. I want to show you. We're really promoting every year, and I have one of these on my boat. Again, we've got lots of YouTube videos, and we've got a EFOY, methanol fuel cell. It's a way to recharge your batteries. This is an 80, connected to actually another Firefly, but I mean, the point of this device is a way for you to recharge your batteries on your boat without having a generator, an alternator, or solar. Really handy here in the Pacific Northwest for people that boat in the wintertime. We get a chance to go boating in the wintertime, and this is the only way we could get away with it. You know, how do you stay at anchor for a week or 2 without sun in the wintertime in the Pacific Northwest? Love this product, really awesome. I've had mine on my boat for 6 years, and we really endorse this product. Come on over here. Solar is a very big part of creating energy for a boater. It's not a gimmick, it's real. On my own boat, I have an array of 450 watts, and I'm actually independent from energy from May to September. So I don't need an alternator, I don't need a battery charger. I can actually just recharge my batteries just with solar. I sail from anchorage to anchorage when I can without having to worry about recharging my batteries to run my refrigeration or running my inverter or my lights or my stereo. Really, really handy. So here where we're trying to showcase here is the different ways that you can go about mounting these solar panels, these flexible solar panels onto canvas. Here what I've done exactly on my boat, I've got zippers on all 4 sides. I like it to be taut, right? I don't want to worry about my solar panel flying off in heavy wind. And what we're showcasing is the difference between a 80 watt and a 99 watt. And you'll notice they're both the same size, right? And people always say, Jeff, what's the difference between a poly panel and a mono panel? Well, you look at it, they're both identical in terms of dimensions. But what you see is that you'll get with a mono panel, you'll get an extra 25% in wattage. In this case, an extra 19 watts on top of 80 watts. So it's a way for boaters that have very limited space to mount solar panels and want the most energy possible, they'll choose mono. But of course, this comes at a price premium. So most boaters, if they've got more room than they need, they'll end up choosing a poly panel, a panel like this. Here's another panel. This is a 120 watt Gioco panel, the 120Q, really popular. We've done lots of boats where we're actually putting 4 of them, 6 of them on biminis. Think about modern sailboats or even power boats that have huge biminis on top, right? There's so much surface area that's just fading into the sun. Why not use a solar panel on board your boat as a way to recreate power so that you can recharge your batteries and either eliminate your generator or reduce the need to run your generator for so long to recharge the batteries. We've actually have example of, if you want to come down here, we got some different controllers. These are boost controllers that are required for solar panels where the open voltage, where the voltage has to be converted up. This is a Jenison boost controller. We use that quite a lot. Notice we've got nice MC4 connectors. We also are using outdoor rated wiring. And then it's coming back to a battery. And of course, because we have 2 controllers, we fuse it as well as the battery. Very important. Talk about that in our conceptual diagrams. And over here, we've got a typical install that we do a lot of. And again, this is the 120 watt panel. But notice there's 2 panels side by side. They're Velcroed, right? So there's stick-on Velcro onto this panel. And then we've sewn Velcro right onto the canvas. So this could be your Dodger. This could be your Bimini, right? And then what we've done is we've actually wired them in series. And you'll see that this is in series because notice how the positive and negative are joined together. And then in turn, the out of the 2 panels are only 2 wires going in this larger controller. This is a 100 volts to 30 amp controller from Victron. Great one. And again, we fused it. So this is really kind of handy. And we do series installs of solar panels, especially if the panels are going to be experience what I would call a similar shading experience. So that's really big. So solar is a big part. You know, I did my solar array on my boat, again, 7 years ago. And I can't imagine boating without it. It literally is what boating I imagined as a boy and not having to worry about power, which is great. Come on over here, we've got more Garmin. This is a 24-inch radome. You'll see it's a little bit bigger. The wider the array, the better target separation you're gonna have. Think about a hammerhead shark. You know, if you look from one eye or you look from 2 eyes, the wider your eyes are separated, the better the depth of perception is gonna be. So the larger the array, the better it's gonna be. So on some boats, we'll end up putting either radomes like this, or we'll, on the bigger boats, end up putting open arrays. More chart plotters. None of these are repeats of other ones. They're all individual, and I don't even show them all here. So we probably sell maybe about 20 different popular models of Garmin. You know, the really popular one are the 1000, 1200 series, right? These are basically buttons. And then the other one that we sell a lot of right now is also the 8000 series. And also we sell a lot of the 1200 series touch, 900 series touch, 700 series touch. So we'll talk about that. Here's another product that I'm a huge fan of. We installed this on our boat last year. We changed out, we had a hydronic heating system on our boat, and we liked it, but I wanted something a little bit more beefy, something that was actually kind of real and tangible. And I would say, as an engineer, this is sort of a product that was built by engineers. You can just tell that it's just it's not a joke. You know, they really took the time to make something that was kind of like not commercial grade, but really reliable and was meant to run continuously. On my boat, I've got what's called a Zephyr system. It's got on-demand hot water, and it circulates hot water throughout the boat through these heat exchangers. And it used to take my boat 3, 4, 5 hours to warm up. Now I warm up my boat in half an hour. And we've got on-demand hot water, which means I can literally take a shower as long as I have water on my boat. No more needing to fight and worry about a 5-gallon hot water tank, taking a shower, rinsing, getting dry. If you've got lots of water, you've got a water maker, or you're connected shore power, or you know, it's at a place where there's lots of water, you don't have to worry and act like you don't have enough. So this is really, really handy. We've got one on our boat, we've installed lots. This is a bigger unit. We did a 75, 77 footer. We ended up putting that one on. We're doing a large lagoon. We're gonna be putting on one of those as well. Great device. And then here's something else. Come on over here. I want to show you what I installed on my boat as well last year. And we've sold many, many of these. This is the Vesper XB8000 AIS transponder receiver. I would say this is one of the most best valued, best price, best bang for the buck device. Many of our boaters and clients have chosen this path. And yesterday I was talking to a few of them and they were sharing with me how much they like this product. So it's a great product. And this is the SPO splitter, the device that allows you to use an existing antenna and split it for both your Vesper and your VHF, and also an AM/FM as well. So it's a 3-way splitter, really good. And then, one last thing. So come on over here. What we've got, and we've partnered with Xantrex and got training in Indiana to become an authorized service center for Garmin, for Xantrex. And what does that mean is we now have the ability here at PYS to actually repair and do board level repairs on these units that are pretty common on boats. We've got both the 458s, which is really popular in the RV business, and this Freedom. It starts 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. And so we're actually able to, on a lot of them, to actually repair these units. And for some boaters that can't have the ability of changing to a new unit because everything around their boat is fitted and sized for this, it might not make sense for them to buy a brand new unit. So we'll be, on a lot of cases, able to rescue one of these units and actually repair them. These are the old style remotes that used to work with this, still do, right? You got here a Link 2000R, which means it came with also a regulator. Here's the default one that came with it. And over here, we've got the line of the new stuff, right? And here we've got an SW3012, so that's 3,000 watt at 12 volts. We sell the 2,000 watt. These are basically what we're called low frequency inverters. This is sort of more of an inverter for us. When we start positioning inverters, we're saying, well, which one is right for you? Because here's a 2,000 watt high frequency inverter. And as a way to make a decision, what you have to think about is your inverter continuous duty, right? Something that you really need, or is it a nice to have? If it's a nice to have, I'd go with these ones. If you really absolutely need an inverter and your boat is, all your refrigeration is AC, for example, I'd go with a Freedom SW2012 or 3012 like this. These are these compact chargers, smart chargers. We use that quite a lot. Look how small that is. If you have a ferro resonant charger on your boat, it might be 3-4 times the size. They used to be this thick. From here, they used to be this big. This is a way that you can leave this charger on your boat 24/7 when you ever connect to shore power and your batteries will never overcharge. So that's sort of the walkthrough of the overall booth here at the Vancouver International Boat Show in 2019. If you don't have an opportunity of being here in person, thanks for watching this video. And we're going to be doing lots of presentations at this boat show. I think we're doing 8 presentations. And we also did a bunch in Seattle as well. And so we have all that content online, and you can actually see those slides on our media tab on our website. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being here.